Hi, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing so many careers every day, and today I'm going to talk about chemical engineering career. A career as a chemical engineer, how the work will be for a chemical engineer, what are the qualifications that are required, and what is the type of work they do, and what are the abilities you need to have, and what are the skills you need to develop, what are the knowledge you need to gain, and how you can qualify yourself, what is the career path or the education path. I'm going to discuss everything about you. Let us go into the session. So talking about the chemical engineering career. So I'm really excited to talk about that to you now. And here you can see what is this career all about. So when we talk about any career, we should know what is that is all about and why we are talking about it and why we should become a chemical engineer. So they are responsible for designing chemical plant equipment and devising processes for manufacturing chemicals and products such as gasoline, synthetic rubber, plastics, detergents, cement, paper, and pulp by applying principles and technology of chemistry, physics, and engineering. So this is what they do. And they work in wide range of industries, including paper manufacturing, cosmetics, food and drink, pharmaceuticals, textiles, oil and gas, energy and water. And they also research and develop new products such as the synthetic materials and biofuels. And they also prepare estimate of production costs and production progress reports for management. And the workplace would depend on the job, but could be a combination of lab and office and processing plant, but some spend a lot of time visiting industrial plants where they can oversee production and diagnose manufacturing problems and develop solution to the problems. And this can be a stressful occupation, particularly as deadlines approach or when manufacturing processes fail. And what are all the tasks performed by a chemical engineer? So they develop safety procedures to be employed by workers operating equipment or working in close proximity to ongoing chemical reactions, and develop processes to separate components of liquids or gases or generate electrical currents using controlled chemical process, and also troubleshoot problems with chemical manufacturing processes. And also they evaluate chemical equipment and processes to identify ways to optimize performance or to ensure compliance with safety and environmental regulations. And also they could research to develop new and improved chemical manufacturing processes, and they can perform laboratory studies of steps in manufacture of new products and test proposed processes in small scale operations such as a pilot plant. And also they prepare estimate of production costs and production progress reports for management. And also they design measurement and control systems for chemical plants based on the data collected in laboratory experiments and in the pilot plant operations, and determine most effective arrangement of operations such as mixing, crushing, heat transfer, distillation, and drying. And direct activities of workers who operate or are engaged in constructing and improving absorption, evaporation, or electromagnetic equipment. And they perform tests and monitor performance of processes throughout stages of production to determine degree of control over variables such as temperature, density, specific gravity, and pressure. And they also design and plan layout of an equipment. So now let us dive into the technology skills which they need to possess. And I'm going to tell you a lot about all these things. The first one is the analytical or scientific software like EPCON, International Chempro, Engineering Suite, Minitab, statistical software, the MathWorks, that is MATLAB, and then the computer aided design software, that is CAD software, Autodesk, AutoCAD, CD, Adapco, StarCAD, Dassault Systems, CATIA, PTC, Creo, Parametric, and database user interface and query software, that is data entry software, Microsoft Access, relational database software, structured query language, that is SQL, and also they need to have the desktop publishing software knowledge, and also the development environment software, that is C, Microsoft Visual Basic, National Instruments LabVIEW, and also electronic mail software, that is Microsoft Exchange, and enterprise resource planning ERP software SAP, and financial analysis software Compute software EST Pro, and graphics or photo imaging software, that is Compute software ChemDraw, Microsoft Vision, and industrial control software GE Fanuc, Prophecy Machine Edition, supervisory control and data acquisition SCADA software, and object or component oriented development software, that is C++, Microsoft Visual C Hash, .NET, and R, and Office suite software, that is Microsoft Office, and the presentation software Microsoft PowerPoint, and the project management software Microsoft Project, spreadsheet software, that is Microsoft Excel, and also word processing software Microsoft Word. And the knowledge which they have to have is the engineering and technology knowledge, that is the knowledge of the practical application of the engineering, science, and technology. And this includes applying principles, techniques, procedures, and equipment to the design and production of various goods and services. And the chemistry knowledge, knowledge of the chemical composition, structure, and properties of substances and of the chemical processes and transformations that they undergo. And this includes uses of chemicals and their interactions, gender science, production techniques, and disposal methods. And also mathematics knowledge is required, algebra, geometry, calculus, statistics, and their applications, and the knowledge of physics, knowledge and prediction of physical principles, laws, their interrelationships and applications to understanding fluid, material, and atmospheric dynamics, and mechanical, electrical, atomic, and subatomic structures and processes, and also design knowledge, that is knowledge of design techniques, tools, and principles involved in production of precision technical plans, blueprints, drawings, and models. And also production and processing knowledge, that is knowledge of raw materials, production processes, quality control, costs, and other techniques for maximizing the effective manufacture and distribution of goods. And also the English language is very, very important. And the computers and electronics knowledge, the knowledge of circuit boards, processors, chips, electronic equipment, and computer hardware and software, including applications and programming. And also public safety and security is very much required, that is knowledge of relevant equipment, policies, procedures, and strategies to promote effective local, state, or national security operations for the protection of people, data, property, and institutions. And the mechanical knowledge is also required, the knowledge of machines and tools, including their designs, uses, repair, and maintenance. And the skills which you need to possess is the scientific rules and methods to solve problems and complex problem solving, critical thinking, judgment and decision making, mathematics, reading comprehension, system analysis, active learning, system evaluation, operations analysis, speaking, active listening, monitoring, writing, operation monitoring, coordination, instructing, negotiation, persuasion, social perceptiveness, time management, and troubleshooting. These are all very, very important. And the abilities which are required are the written comprehension, category, flexibility, detective reasoning, information, ordering, mathematical reasoning, oral comprehension, problem sensitivity, inductive reasoning, fluency of ideas, number facility, oral expression, originality, neo-vision, flexibility of closure, perceptual speed, far vision, selective attention, speech clarity, visualization, written expression, speech recognition, speed of closure, and visual color discrimination. These are all some of these abilities which you need to process. And also the work activities which you should prepare yourself is processing information, analyzing data or information, getting information, interacting with computers, making decisions and solving problems, updating and using relevant knowledge, communicating with superiors, peers, and subordinates, and also monitor processes, materials, or surroundings, documenting, recording information, evaluating information to determine compliance with standards, thinking creatively, and identifying objects, actions, and events, estimating the quantifiable characteristics of products, events, or information, and interpreting the meaning of information for others, and also organizing, planning, and prioritizing work, developing and building teams, provide consultation and advice to others, coordinating the work and activities for others, and establishing and maintaining interpersonal relationships, inspecting equipment, structures, or material, and drafting, layout, and specifying technical devices, parts, and equipment, developing objectives and strategies, scheduling work and activities, training and teaching others, judging the qualities of things, services, or people, guiding, directing, and motivating subordinates, coaching and developing others, selling or influencing others, and communicating with persons outside the organization. So all these things are very, very important to become a chemical engineer. And also the work activities in details, if you see, you may have to involve in research activities and develop technical methods and processes, determine causes of operational problems and failures, and evaluate characteristics of equipment or systems, and also conduct validation tests or equipment or processes, and research industrial processes or operations, and design control systems for mechanical or other equipment, estimate operational costs, prepare operational reports, determine operational methods, direct industrial production activities, and monitor the productivity or efficiency of industrial operations. And the interest, what you should have to become a chemical engineer, you should have an investigative interest and also a realistic interest. And also the chemical engineering jobs, or you can become a diversification of this. You can become a biotechnologist, chemical engineer, color technologist, energy engineer, nuclear engineer, petroleum engineer, and product or process development scientist also. And the research areas, what you have is the catalysis and reactions. You have a vast opportunity to do research in this area, and biomolecular engineering, cellular engineering, computing and simulation, etc. And also the research areas continues as nanotechnology, materials, polymers and complex fluids, sustainable energy, microfabricated systems, etc. And the job titles of becoming a chemical engineering, doing a chemical engineering, you can become a chemical engineer, process control engineer, development engineer, process engineer, research chemical engineer, and normal engineer, project engineer, scientist, engineering scientist, and refinery process engineer. And the core companies which recruit the chemical engineers are ONGC, Reliance Industries Limited, SR Oil Limited, Gujarat Gas Company Limited, Indo Gulf Fertilizers Limited, and Coromandel Fertilizers Limited. And that's about the career chemical engineering. I think I have given enough number of inputs to you, lots and lots of inputs, detailed inputs I've given, and please visit this channel to know more about it. And also you can subscribe the channel for more updates. Every day there will be a new career information with an enormous amount of information. It's not only the outline, I also give you the in-depth knowledge about a career. And you can also reach me through this mobile number and the email ID. And if you want to know about your abilities and skills, if you want to know personalizing, we also do a career guidance, and also we do an assessment, strength analysis I do. So you can also reach me for the same. And you can look into more careers in detail and then go for a proper decision. But when you choose a career, you need to first of all understand whether it suits your abilities, interests, and skills, mental abilities, the way you work, how you will work in a company, what sort of person you are, a personality trait should be known. So all these things we extract from the strength analysis process. So you can reach me for that also. I will help you to give you a proper career guidance and design your career path. Stay blessed.